Place. Good boy. I just have to laugh because to me this is just good dog. Good dog. Very nice. He did it. I did it right. Yay. All right. So he got a little bit better that time. A little bit better. When I get confused, stop, look back. And you see him right about here. He goes like this and he looks up, sees the pointed finger and says, "Okay," gets on, and then still is on shore until he hears Julie go. And then you see him like, "Oh, I did it. Good boy." Right? Well, one thing I want to say with anxious dogs, and I think for any dog really it helps, when I start to get him over learning these mechanics, when I start to use the place command, when I put him on there and I want him to stay, I'm going to shush him afterwards. And then I want him to understand that once I shush you, I'm not going to tell you to do anything on the bed. I'm not randomly going to say calm from the other room or anything like that so that you have to wait all the time. Is he going to call me? Is he going to call me? When I say your name, you look at me, we go from there. Then I might recall you, I might tell you good boy, I might tell you down. But until you hear your name, you can just relax because nobody's going to be asking you to do anything. You can actually get dogs to be anxious waiting for the next command. So right now he might be because I haven't shushed him, so it might mean he's going to get off here in a second. And it's true, he is going to get off here in a second. As soon as I shush, it means you're going to be there for a while. I need you to be quiet, calm, and comfortable, okay? So just to make that clear, this is not how we use place in real life. This is just all practice stuff. All right, I'm not going to bounce my dog around in the living room for fun. It's just going to give the wrong association to it. When I try to use it, we're going to be bouncing around. This is just for him to learn some mechanics, okay? See, the name is Reyk. No, it's Reyk. No, Reyk. It's Reyk. It's Reyk.
Rake?
Reyk. Reyk. Good. See? You see why we do it? Good. Reyk. Good. Good. Mom, clap. See, the clap matters. It matters when we've juiced it up. It's like, yay. Okay, here we go. Reyk. Good. Because all he's ever had was a release. Good. So now he's got to think, because now there could be two things. I could just be saying good, I could be saying break. Soon it could be three things. I could tell you to down too. So now you can't just assume. And that's what he's learned. This is his first time. Give him some credit. Next time he does good, make sure you give a little clap. Reyk. Good boy. I can't do it too many times. Break. Yay! Wow! Nice strong clap. He hears his own whine is a cue to him that he's doing something wrong. So you see, he hears his own whine and says, that sound gets equals correction. And so this is so early on, that's what you see. You start to realize that his own voice in that regard, I don't want to sniffer in the bad place, is not something that I want to hear. I just don't want to hear. And he knows it. So he heard himself, he looked up at me, did a little nervous circle around me, and then came back and was quiet. I didn't correct him either, but I corrected him in the past for it. I'll let him make a mistake or two, and then I'll tell him to go away. All right, so there's that. Now I got attention. Place. I said the word place before I put my finger slightly. Good. As I was saying place, he heard it, like which one, and then as I finished it, my finger went to this one, and he perfectly went with it. Good boy. Very nice. Yes. Very good. It's almost like we're giving him treats. It's like he just loves that fucking clapping pad. Right? But it's going good. Reyk. Break. This time on break. You notice though, he was a lot more calm when I said his name. He was waiting, like he might more attentive because it could be one of two things now I could be saying. So good. Good. Yes, what's this? This is nice, this is nice, this is very good. Time for Isbah. He's just much more cautious of it today. She don't like it either, and she'll let him know. She'll let me know. He's doing all right. Like, he's not being too rude. It's on his mind. I can, you know, you can read it's obvious. But he's not being too rude. He's not jamming his face in there like he was a couple days ago and like just slobbering all over, foaming at the mouth. Like, I need it. I need it. He's not doing that, so that's good. Gets a nice pet right there. Very nice. He's coming right along with that, nice and smooth. Can't help himself. He's a young guy. That's good. You're doing fine. I didn't do anything, by the way. It was Izzy. He's twitchy, so if Izzy like moves her head quick, he'll flinch. But yeah, they're not neat. Yeah. This is just the smell of the female that's getting him going. It's like, he just, totally natural. I mean, you know, he's not like a creep or anything, it's natural. He's over the top because he doesn't get it. He didn't get gradually exposed to it. It's just like, never seen it. Here it is. You know? That's the thing I've been waiting for my whole fucking life, something about that. And he does it with other dogs too, male dogs, but it's not so much sexual, it's more hierarchical. There's some type of internal drive that he feels, whether he knows why or not, that he wants to hash something out with the female dogs, with the male dogs too, but not in an aggressive way. I haven't seen him get aggressive. I haven't seen him try to dominate another dog in any other way than this, sniffing his head in there. And I had seen him posture with the female dog a little. And I think he's just learning how to do that, where she came up and sniffed him and he kind of postured. Before that, days before that, he wasn't posturing, he was tweaking. Somebody would sniff his butt, he's like, whoa, what was that? Whoa, what was that? And he was just very unsure of the whole thing. He's been out with a bunch of dogs now, so he's kind of getting used to the touches back here, where he's not jerking back with his teeth so easily, just panicking, snapping, you know? When you bark at everything as a dog, you don't get education on the world. You just see it and you're like, ruff, ruff, ruff. You don't hear anything, you don't really see much because everyone's like pulling you away. You don't learn about anything. And so everything's new to him. Chattering and all that. I let it go on purpose. I'm really getting him into this space. He's gonna forget I'm even here, you know? And then all of a sudden I'm gonna come in and while he's in his worst space that I could possibly get him in, I'm gonna ask him to go do something. Ask him to get out, to leave it alone. Because that's what we need when a dog really wants something. And all these primitive drives are coming up, whether it's prey drive or some type of sexual drive. It's coming up, and he's really starting to get in it. He gets tunnel vision. I'm gonna then tell him to leave it alone and go away and see what he does. Because that's what we need. We need to be able to tell dogs to leave something alone that they really want, and they respect it and they listen. These two are being perfect. These two young ladies are being perfect. Ooh, yeah, she don't like that. She's making it clear without being assertive. It's a good girl. I think she thinks I don't want her to do something about it. But do you see, if you're watching, you see she doesn't like it, see? Out. Free. Bring me free. Another dog can come in there. Good. Good. That was nice. I didn't touch the collar or anything. Good. Okay. He's so wrong. You're okay, dude. You can have a day off. Have an easy day. You worked hard yesterday. Oh, yeah. Izzy's turn to work today. Sparky, come get it. Oh, yeah. Come and get it. Come and get it. Come and get it. So we're playing right next to him. Now, I don't want him to whine. I don't want to hear any of that because I've asked him to leave it alone. So to stop thinking about it, right? Of course, he's new at this. So what happens, happens. But I'll let him know I don't like it anymore. I don't like it anymore. So I'll consistently let him know. Oh, you got some sharp little teeth, you little crap. Who, you? Who's my little darling? She's a little baby, yes she is. Little Sparky. Sparky. No. Good boy. A little more verbal. was getting more familiar with it. I just came in on a 5. It was not punishing, but it depended on what he did after I said no, after he felt the pressure. If he ignored it, then I'd dial it up into something that, because that's attitude, like we said, that's opposition, right? That's being pushy. That's going against what the human said, and that's why you're. And there's a line, so what I'm going to do is. Yeah! Try to get him the line again. I just told him I didn't like it. And I gave him some mild sensation, but now he knows I don't like it. Yeah, where is it? You got it? You got it! Good girl, look at that. Yes! Yeah. Good. Yeah. Get. Oh, yeah. Now he needs to learn how to get out of the confrontation because he's in the middle of a confrontation right now. Remember what I taught him 10 minutes ago. I wonder if he remembers any of that. That's good. Consider this practice for the real thing. I teach him how to adjust himself after correction to get me off his back. But the e-collar pressure was on at a 4. So it wasn't, I found that number not to be adversive to him, but him to recognize it and say, okay, this means, he's starting to realize that means that I'm telling him to do something. He remembered, put my head down. So he put his head down, I turned the pressure off pattern. It's, again, the bark I don't really care about, I do, and I would go after that if he was obviously my dog, but I need right now, more importantly, that he understands what to do after a correction. And the mind doesn't go panicky or doesn't get stuck, it relaxes and it calms and it does, goes to that calm state of mind that we talked about. Good.